All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. I want to take a moment and thank everybody for sharing the YouTube page and all of our social networking pages, our website. Getting a lot of feedback and new people who have seen us and are reaching out, and I just want to say thank you to all of those who have been sharing everything. What we have for you guys today is a 2006 Viper VCA edition. One of 50 total examples that were produced for the VCA program. This is actually our first Gen 3 Viper, believe it or not. Most of what we've had in terms of the Viper world were primarily Gen 4s, obviously our Gen 5, the snakeskin green. But this car, 12,000 miles. For us, as you know, those who follow us may know, it's a little bit higher miles than we're used to having, but the quality of the car, the condition of the car is what really sold us, along with it being a limited production car, which is 50 total made. Condition wise, it's as nice as the 400 mile 2010 we just had and sold, silver with blue stripes. Love the red with the white stripes. It's so clean looking, it's very aggressive looking. Obviously the Gen 3 isn't too much different than the Gen 4s, unless you really kind of know what you're looking at. It was cool with this car because at the Viper Club of America, you had to be a member of the Viper Club in order to enter their lottery. Once you were entered into the lottery, you were then chosen, possibly, to be able to purchase one of these cars. So first off, you had to be a member. Second of all, there's only 50 total of these Vipers made of the VCA. All of them are red with the dual white stripes. We're going to go over the total spec here, all about the car, and show you guys everything about it. This 2006 Dodge Viper SRT-10 VCA Edition Coupe is number 42 of a total of 50 that was sold through a lottery set up by the Viper Club of America. Conceived in 1992 for the first year for the Viper by Chrysler Vice Chairman Bob Lutz and Chrysler Design Chief Tom Gale as a modern version of the Shelby Cobra, the Viper evolved through several phases until a complete redesign for 2003, which was the first year for the Gen 3 Viper, that successfully married the original's muscular contours with angular accents while preserving the original's double bubble roof, alloy fuel filler cap, and higher rear fenders to accent the new car's Coke bottle shape. And that's what we've said, for a while now. How much these cars remind us of the Shelby Cobra. We've had a lot of different Cobra kit cars throughout the year, Backdraft, ERA, Contemporary, Factory 5, you name it. And the look of the Viper has always been reminiscent of the Cobras, the fit and feel when you're inside the cockpit. Very, very similar to those Cobras. So, when they had that vision early on, they definitely nailed it. And I think really, Gen 3, Gen 4 cars are even more like the Cobras than some of the earlier years, in my opinion. Also revised was a new Viper Coupe's rear end, adding a highly effective diffuser, reshaping the spoiler and revising the hatchback rear window to triple cargo capacity to 6.4 cubic feet. Dodge bumped the displacement and refined the Viper's sequential fuel injection system to add even more power to the Viper's 8.3 liter V10 engine, which was raising the coupe's output from 450 to 510 horsepower. And you got to think, this was 2006, so cars having 500 horsepower back in the early to mid 2000s was something that was really unheard of. Also was increasing was the torque from 490 pounds-foot of torque to 535 at 4,700 RPMs. A return to the original Viper's free-flowing side exhaust and its signature cadence also contributed to the higher figures, which launched the 6-speed equipped Viper to 60 miles per hour in a little more than 4 seconds and 100 miles per hour in 9 seconds flat. To counter those forces, engineers specified huge Brembo 14-inch disc brakes, 18-inch front and 19-inch rear forged alloy wheels. And I love the staggered stance on the Viper, especially this car. Really all the cars that have that staggered stance, they just sit a little bit better than equal sized wheels on all four corners, and you kind of get that good look to it at all angles with that staggered stance, and this 06 Viper is no different. Identified by its Viper red paint with white stripes, special polished aluminum wheels, and VCA fender badges, the 2006 Viper SRT-10 VCA edition includes a premium two-tone black and gray interior with the red steering wheel, shifter, and parking brake lever accents. And that really gives a nice touch to the inside and the cabin of this Viper to match the red paint on the outside. You know, those little subtle touches, the red on the seats written with the font for Viper, gives it a really, really good look, not just outside, but also paying attention to detail inside as well. A serialized console plaque and leather trim seats with the preferred suede inserts. At only 12,000 original miles, this outstanding example is one of the most exclusive Vipers produced in any generation, and the badge history will show that. Also included in the sale are going to be the original window sticker and factory books. As we mentioned, the cabin features seats that are trimmed in black leather with the preferred suede inserts, red stitching, and Viper embroidery. Amenities will include air conditioning, power windows, a factory 6 CD stereo system, Viper branded floor mats, red accents on the shift knob and handbrake lever. The leather wrapped steering wheel with red accents, frame instruments consisting of a Viper branded 7,000 RPM tach and a 220 mile/hour speedometer, as well as gauges for your oil pressure, oil temperature, coolant temperature, and voltage. The digital odometer indicates just under 12,000 miles. The 8.3 liter V10, as we mentioned, is again going to produce 510 horsepower and 535 pounds-foot of torque when new. Tires were replaced. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a Tremec T56 6-speed manual transmission and a limited slip differential. Total cost for this car in 2006 was $91,990. All right guys, so that's a wrap on our 2006 VCA Viper. If you're looking for something that really is limited, something that you can enjoy, something that you don't really have to worry about putting some miles on and still, you know, keeping your investment intact, hopefully increasing in value, which I really do think that the Vipers are going to continue to go up, especially when you have models like this that are well kept, numbered, limited, with only 50 of them produced. I don't think you can go wrong. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, continue sharing our pages, and we greatly appreciate it.